Today I will be testing the capabilities of a virtual machine with 32 megabytes of video memory. So the first test will be Half-Life 2 because I launched it before I started recording this video. So I'm using VMware Workstation 12 because my CPU, which is just as old as like the first i7s, apparently can't run VMware 17. Okay, so Half-Life 2, honestly, it doesn't want to run, and I don't know why. It just does not want to run. And I wish it would run. But I'm going, it might be running. Okay, so, it does not want to be running, and I kind of respect that. It doesn't want to run on this. Oh, it just launched. Okay, this is settings it gave me. So it takes really long for games to launch, and I'm probably going to edit this video or not. So what you are hearing is looped sounds, and I don't like it, so I'm going to mute the desktop audio. This is taking so long. I could wait forever. I could wait forever. I could wait forever. Okay, I have it muted. For some reason, Riva Tuner isn't showing up. Now, this is a very old version. Launcher. No, I'm not. Okay, these are registry entries. Wow, it doesn't. Okay, it doesn't. I have it. Okay, always on top. I don't know if this is going to do anything, man. And I'm gonna have to wait so long to get Half-Life 2 working. I will probably try to edit this video. Because I mean it's probably going to be really long with these horrible loading times. So I can only attribute because I'm running a virtual machine on a freaking hard drive. But it's a good hard drive. Good is an understatement. For some reason, I am not seeing Riva Tuner. This is now I am using a version of Riva Tuner from 2003. And it's on a virtual machine, virtual GPU. Okay. I have to set it to lowest because for some reason, every time I start the game, I have to put it on a config. As it already gives me a configuration of settings. And I'm going to wait and wait and wait. I'm gonna wait and wait and wait. I'm making weird sounds because it's taking so long. And, will this work? I'm probably only gonna do not much tests. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the game's default FPS showing thing. I'm gonna go to root canal, which kind of just hates this, like, root canal. There are worse chapters, I know. I'm probably gonna try water hazard. If I can get out of the game when everything glitches somehow. So, like, on 42 megabytes of video memory, it is horrendously bad. On DirectX 6, it's like in heavy spots. Not only will FPS drop, but it will make graphical glitches. Mostly just random textures being swapped. And, like, skyboxes not working and everything not being rendered properly, and text not even being rendered properly. It happens, I know. Okay, I'm not seeing Riva Tuner, and I do not like that. And I'm going to set down the webcam so I can play the game. Wait, why is the game not muted? Bro, are you serious right now? Stop attacking me. Okay, so the game does not look good at all in DirectX 6. So virtual machines are, like, everyone knows this, but virtual machines have not been the best when it comes to gaming. And we are at the very taxing scene, and it handled it pretty lightly. I've seen worse from this GPU. Anyways, now on to water hazard, where you just drive, like, some boat around, like, canals, I don't know. You drive a boat in water, and it's what I designate to be the second most demanding Half-Life 2 chapter. Root Canal only has a section where you just go outside, while this will primarily have high, like, water effects. Now the game on DirectX 6, this is also, and let's see what happens to his thing. Okay, everything has a low render distance. I hope the game does not blue screen. I hope this virtual machine does not blue screen. So, for the water, it just sucks because it is not rendered at all. It's not rendered in any good way whatsoever. And yeah, it's not handling the game the best, but I'm seeing like 100 FPS. Now it does dip. And if you And if you put it on like, okay, I'm not talking like higher settings, but just like the game sometimes will get lower FPS. Okay, that's the second time demo. Now for the point insertion time demo. I don't know why I'm calling these time demos. So I'm only going to be testing Half-Life 2 and maybe 3D Mark. I'm going to test 3D Mark. I'm going to test 3D Mark. I'm going to test 3D Mark 2001 Second Edition at the highest settings I can put it. And 3D Mark 03. And maybe 3D Mark 05. Maybe even 3D Mark 06. I don't know. I don't want to make the video really long, but I think I will have to. I'm gonna mute desktop audio for some reason. I don't know why, so you can only hear my commentary. And yeah. Okay. Hope everything is running good. I don't know why I'm not seeing Riva Tuner. Okay, so from what I know, this like the start of the game. The fact the start of the game was pretty demanding, well, not very demanding, I mean, it was easy to run, but the fact it was demanding is kind of weird coming from a game that most people could play when it launched. Well, you could not play the game if you had, like, an SIS graphics card and an Intel Extreme graphics. But I mean, yeah, it's fine. I can compare this to some, like, really... I can compare this to a netbook, honestly. I could compare this to a netbook. Yeah, I could compare this to a netbook, so, like, a GMA 3150. So, yeah, it runs pretty good. I can't wait for this train... Can't wait for this stupid train to stop. So I arranged time demos, which are not time demos. I do not put time into them, and it's running fine. Okay, it kind of dipped. So the FPS is very weird. The FPS is very weird. Basically, it just has FPS when it wants to. It runs at very high FPS. Sometimes it runs at high FPS, sometimes it just doesn't. I am gonna go to a map where I can use, like, okay, no, I'm not gonna go into a map. I don't want to make the video any longer. But I'm gonna use 3D Mark. So I can compare this to a netbook, basically. Okay. So since I'm gonna compare this to a netbook, I'm gonna use widescreen, 1366 by 768 as that is pretty normal for netbooks, and see how it goes. Okay, I don't see, it doesn't give me any options just to make. I am only gonna use, like, okay, I am not gonna use all of them. I'm gonna test the car chase in the lobby, and then I'm gonna test bump mapping and fill rates. And yeah. It's only gonna be like 4 minutes. It's gonna be like probably like 4 seconds actually. Okay, let me do the benchmark. At netbook resolution. Will it run? Okay, yeah, it behaves erratically, uh, giving random FPS. It can be like 50 or it can be like 8. But this is literally on 32 megabytes of VRAM on 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 a Windows XP VM, which is kind of crazy. Okay, now for it does high detail stuff, which I don't notice the differences, but might be a bit more demanding on this. And yeah, I'm seeing much. Oh, it dropped the free. Man, it couldn't even initialize couldn't even initialize. It could not even initialize, so I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna make it like 2 minutes, because the high detail stuff, for some reason, when it tries to do that, it just says like 3D Mark cannot initialize. It's your 3D accelerator, and I have no idea why. So with the car chase demo, it runs pretty good. Well, this is the low detail car chase demo, so yeah. See, I can in fact compare this to a netbook. I can compare this to a netbook. In fact, I even put it at 768p just to give it the netbook feel. Okay, this is the lobby demo to demonstrate like what an FPS game would be. I was getting locked 60 FPS. This is great. This does not actually demonstrate what an FPS game would be. I mean, yeah. It's more like when you're spectating, cause it's like third person. It's more like when you're spectating. Now for the fill rates. How good does VMware have with fill rates? And it looks good. It has good FPS. I turned off the Okay, I did not turn off the multi-text stream demo. And I don't see the FPS counter, but the full rate demo looks fine. And we also have like bump mapping and vertex. Okay, we have environment bump mapping. I don't think this is gonna be good. See, I can compare this to a netbook. I can compare this to a netbook. I could compare this to a netbook all day. I do not know how long the video is. Dang, 18 minutes. Now for 3D Marco free, which is a bit more, which is a bit worse. I am also not gonna include all the tests because I do not like making videos very long. So I have a series which is usually me doing something, but it's still let's see the fill rates. Let's see the fill rates. I'll also add in pixel shader. And I'll not add the okay. So this is just a minute, and it's just gonna be me. Okay, maybe if I add those, I'm also gonna add the nature test to make it 2 minutes. I'm also gonna put it. I'm gonna put it at netbook resolution again, cause I can compare this. I can just compare this to a netbook. It runs like a it runs like a netbook, even if I've literally never had one. Okay, let's see this demo. Oh, that is bad. It's not rendering in properly. Oh, white? What? What? Man? Man. Okay, never mind. I can't really compare it to a netbook for this demo. So, okay, white. Okay, the white is going away. I have no idea why. Why is white there? It run okay with the nature demo. It runs horribly because I mean this I'm since it's on VMware, I'm forcing a 32 megabyte VRAM GPU to run DirectX 9 because it was forced to, and I kind of feel bad. Hopefully we see good fill rates. I have no idea why there's white. I hope it doesn't. Oh, okay, it, oh, we get very good fill rates. We get we get great fill rates actually. It's gonna do fill rate again. Why am I gain? I gain almost 1,000 FPS on this fill rate. On this fill rate demo. Now for the vertex shader demo, so it's probably gonna be worse. It's probably gonna be worse on. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's going like 50 to 60 FPS. That's good. Now for the pixel shader. Now for the pixel shader. I don't. Yeah, yeah. The stuff thing. The thing that just tells you about the information thing at the bottom center isn't showing. It's running at bad FPS, but no graphical stuff. No graphical issues, so that's good. Okay, all game tests must be selected. I'm not gonna do 3D Marco 5. I also don't like how its video was as long as it is. It's almost 30 minutes long, which is only because of times and the fact that I did not edit this video. But anyways, I hope you had a good time watching bad performance. Not even that bad performance. I could compare this to a netbook. What netbook, you may ask? It's the ones with the Intel GMA stuff, like the GMA 3150s. I did 768p since I can just compare this to a netbook, and it would kinda win. Though, I don't have any basis of, like, GMA 3150s and 3650s, and, like, GMA 600s, so I can't really compare it to a netbook with that, but, it does not run good, trust me. A netbook probably won't run good, and this is the equivalent of that, because it's virtualized, and it's at 32 megabytes of VRAM. Okay, bye bye webcam. I'm going to end the video right here.